back to Mission Stitch. I am Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitching. Okay, it's been a little over 3 weeks since I last was on here, since my last Flosstube, and I have a lot of stuff to show you. I've been super busy. So first, let me tell you a little bit about just everyday life. So I went out of town, if you remember. I was getting ready to go out of town at my last Flosstube video, and I went and saw my daughter, who is in Orlando doing the Disney College program. She works as a concierge at Yacht and Beach Club, and she is there. She's been there about 2 months, and she just decided to extend her program. So that's super exciting. So she will be there until April now, and then she'll go back to school and finish up her degree in hospitality and tourism. So that's really fun. For us, it's super fun because we wanted to go and see her like every month that she was there, and we're not going to be able to go in October, but we're going over Thanksgiving break, and then we're going over Christmas break again. And now that she's extended, we're going to go 2 more times. We decided we're going to go during the festivals that the Epcot park has. And so they do a Festival of the Arts that we're going to go to. We've never been to that before. And then we're going to go to the Flower and Garden Festival. And we've never been to that. And so we're going to do some new things, and we're super excited and to see her. And she's just in her element. She's loving it. We love Disney anyways. The Disney parks are near and dear to our hearts. I don't know if I told you this or not, but my husband and I went on our honeymoon to Disneyland, and that was so fun. And then we lived in California for about a year, and we had annual passes to go to Disneyland while we lived there. Okay, and something else happening is that I am going to Stitch West. It is in 2 weeks. And it is being held here in the Salt Lake Valley. Stitch West is put on by Deb and Kef of Snug Harbor Crafts. And it's my very first cross stitch retreat. I kind of know what to expect, but not really. I'm going all by myself, so I'm hoping to meet lots of amazing stitchers. And if you are going, please let me know. I would love to meet up with you. That would be super fun. If you have any tips or tricks about cross-stitch retreats that would help me out, then I would love to have those. Put those down below, please. I'm trying to think what else we've done. Just lots of day-to-day life. I have started back to work. I work for a local school district, and I do testing. And so I only work a few months out of the year. We have a fall session of testing that we do, and then a winter, early spring session that we do. And so I started about a week ago, and I do some of it at home because I have to set up all of my testing appointments, and then I go to the schools and do those, proctor those tests. I really like it because I'm able to create my own schedule, and so if I need a day off for an appointment or something, then I can schedule that in. So that's really nice, but it does mean that there's less stitching time, which is a bummer. But that's all right. I'll still stitch whenever I can. So let's get on to, or let me show you an old finish. I've been doing that each video. So I pulled this one out, and this is Santa's Magic by Mirabilia. And this was like the second Mirabilia that I ever did, I think, and oh my gosh, she's beautiful. So this fabric is an old Silkweaver fabric. I used to be a member of their Fabric of the Month Club, and that was, gosh, years ago, probably like 20, no, not quite, about 15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago, I was a member of the Fabric of the Month Club, and they were amazing back then. I got so many beautiful fabrics, and I just have them in my stash, and whenever I'm kitting something up, then I look there and find them. They were all like 28 and 32 counts, and now that I'm moving up to higher counts of late, I find I don't use them as much, but I still love them. They were beautiful, and I know that they're not as good anymore, and that makes me sad because they were phenomenal back then. About 15 years ago. So anyway, Santa's Magic. I don't know what fabric he's on, but it is an opalescent. I don't know if you can see that or not. but all the Kreinik and the beads, and then his beard, I'll show you, is in that whisper. So it's kind of fuzzy. I don't know if it's showing on screen in his fur on his coat, but he's beautiful. He's definitely one of my favorite stitches. There's tons, there's obviously tons of sparkle, lots of beads and metallics and the fabric, of course. And I don't mind the Kreiniks terribly. I know some people hate them. I don't mind them too bad. Of course, I did this one probably, gosh, I probably did it about 13 to 15 years ago. So it has been a while, but anyways, that is my Santa's Magic. So that is my old finish for this video. Okay, now onto my current stitching, and guess what? I have finishes. I have a little finish and then a big finish. So let's start with the little finish. Got to build up, right? Okay, so you may remember that I've been working on these holiday home berries by Erica Michaels. And I finished this little gingerbread house one. And I finished this home for the holidays one. So here it is. It turned out really, really cute. I love those lights at the bottom. And the little cardinal, so cute. And if you remember, this is the same fabric that I did the gingerbread house on. So just a reminder what that one looks like. So I'm going to sew these into strawberries hopefully next week. I do have a couple of days. It is our fall break for school, so I won't have to work. And so hopefully I can get those sewn up. I think I think a 32 count. It's an even weave. I want to say Cobblestone. I'll put it down below. So new finish there. It's just so cute. Okay, I'm really excited. I went and got all the supplies to finish them into strawberries yesterday, so I'm excited to get those done. Okay, and now this is one. This is my Disney Fab 51, and you ready? Here it is. It's gonna take a while. All right, so you see there's that 50 medallion, and look at those classic characters up top. And those are the ones I don't think I had done when I showed you last time. So you've got Goofy, Donald, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, and Pluto. They're all just so cute. This is an Opalescent Lugana. I think it's a 28 count even weave that I dyed myself. So let's see if I can, gosh, I can't hold it back far enough that you can see the whole thing. But there it is. My finished Fab 50, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. All right, so those are my finishes. Now, the whips that I have worked on. Let me think. I think I only have one whip that I've actually worked on, and that is Red Puppy by Nora Corbett. And this is my Out and About project. And so here is where I am at. So I got her little face done and her cute little hat. And then I'm working on the fur trim on the bottom of her dress now. And I got some of her leash done and her mittens. And so she's turning out really cute. Again, this is just the project I do. It's like my car project, I guess some people call it that. So there we go. So that is the whip that I have for these past 3 weeks. So I had the 2 finishes and this whip, and then I had some starts. And I didn't only have 1 start, or maybe 2 starts, because you remember I was flying out of town, and I love to start a new project when I fly. And I actually started 2, but I started 7 new projects, and I will tell you why. in a minute. So first of all, I finished that Fab 50 and I was loving doing something Disney related, and I was pretty fresh off of my Disney World trip and I was missing Disney World and missing my daughter. And so I decided to do, start this little tiki room pattern. And so it's got flowers and the birds and the fountain in the middle, and it's kind of representative of the roof of the tiki room. And I found this on Etsy. I believe it is RJ's Stitchy Spot. I will put it down in the comments below. Okay, and here is where I am at. Oh my gosh, I love those birds so much, and that fountain. So that blue metallic thread was actually a DMC Light Effects thread. It was okay to stitch with, not my favorite because I had to use 2 strands, but it was all right. Oh my gosh, those birds are so cute. So I would say I am at least halfway done. So I've got all the birds done on this side. I've got this all done in the middle. So I'm gonna do the birds on the other side and then do the little flower border, and that's it, I'm done. So I am loving that. It just makes me so happy. And I sing tiki, 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 tiki room the whole time that I'm stitching it. Maybe not the whole time, but it just makes my heart happy. That's one of my favorite attractions at the Disney parks. All right, then I told you that I was going to start a project, maybe 2 on the flight, and I did. I did 2 projects. So the first project is this Modern Folk Embroidery Linnet song. And this is what I got done. So I got the top part outlined. Let me show you the pattern again so you can kind of see. And remember that that dark fabric is the negative space. And then there's that lighter floss. And then I'm obviously doing a teal in place of that blue. And I didn't get the border all the way done. I just did some half stitches. You can probably see. So as I counted to make sure that I met. I'm sure all of you know how that is, borders. It's always, you're always praying that your border matches up, right? So I need to go back in and finish those crosses and then I can keep going. So I also mentioned in my last floss tube that I was doing this teal color and then I was going to do that mustard yellow. So I tried the mustard yellow and I hated it. So I think I'm going to do like an ecru, maybe a light pink. I don't know, we'll see. So that is Modern Folk Embroidery, the Linnet song. And this is on 40 count anthracite that I believe is just a Zweigart fabric. All right, then the other project that I started while I was out of town on vacation is Autumn Quakers. I told you I wasn't sure if I was going to start it, but that I really wanted to, and I did. And are you ready to see what I got done? You guys, I am in love with this project so much that I'm pretty much halfway done. Oh my gosh, the colors of the floss are so pretty. And it helps that we're in the middle of fall. All of these medallions, these motifs are just amazing. So hopefully you can see some of that. And I'm trying to see color, fabric color. That's an okay representation. So this is on 28 Picture This Plus doubloon, and that is the called for fabric. Anyway, so I love this. You can could personalize it with your initials, so that's what I did right there. So I've got, let's see. So I have pretty much, I don't have the flowers on this little stem yet. So from here, kind of down to theirs. So I would say that's roughly half. It is just so, so fun to stitch on. I love the colors and it's just been a joy. So, Autumn Quakers, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that was 3 new starts. So I have another 4. And let me tell you why I have another 4. Because it was my birthday last month. And that was one of the reasons that I went to Disney World, was to see my daughter and celebrate my birthday. Well, I turned 44 and I decided I was going to start 4 new projects in honor of that. So here are these 4 projects. And when I picked these projects out, it was easy because they were 4 of the projects that were just on my like burning to do. Like I just was so in love with them and so excited to start them. So these are those. So the first one is by Forest Embroidery and it is Apples of Youth. All right, and this is just on a 40 count linen, just a white linen. So I really wanted a good contrast between the blue. And so this, let me show you, is the start of the, let's see here. Okay, is the start of this right here where these golden apples are. Nope, I'm not showing it very well. Okay, there we go. That's better. I am using a new to me floss. It is a Threadworx overdyed floss in the color, I think it's blue navy. The number is 1025. And I chose this because I was looking for a really variegated blue floss. I wanted the really dark and to go to the really light. And this maybe doesn't go quite as light as I wanted it to, but I am still really loving it. I love that variegation. And so it's been great to work with. I mean, totally fine. I would absolutely work with this again. So Threadworx. And that is my Apples of Youth. I feel like, let me try. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. It's just so pretty. The thing is I love all of these projects so much and I want to work on all of them and it's so hard to decide what to work on. And I see this one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to pick this one up today, but then I'll see the next one and oh, I want to do that one. I'm sure you all completely understand. All right, next one is a pattern, a chart that when I saw this one, I literally gasped. It was so beautiful and it was an auto buy in my cart. And it is called Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. And so all that vine work and that house in the middle, all those flowers, ugh. I love it. So I started up in the corner on this one. I started in the middle on that other one. And I don't know, some people are straight middle starters and some people are, you know, corner starters, and I switch back and forth. It depends on the project and how I feel and what kind of fabric I'm using and that kind of a thing. But here we go. Here is what I've got done. Okay, look at that little bird. Is he not the cutest? I don't have him 100% done yet, but I love this one. Oh, I don't know that helped a ton, darn it. Now I'm trying to remember what fabric I am doing this on. I think it's an XJuDesigns, and I believe it's a 40 count, but I don't remember exactly. So I will put it down in the box below. It's been a couple of weeks, well, yeah, since I worked on this one. But again, something I want to get back to. Okay, this next one is a chart that I love, and I was so excited when I found the fabric, and then I started stitching and I wasn't so thrilled. So I want some feedback from you guys. So the chart is another Rosewood Manor Designs. I love so many of her designs. Karen Kuba, Kluba, excuse me. And because the Quaker, the Autumn Quaker is hers, and that last one, the Inspiration, is hers, and then this one. Okay, and this one is called Turkish Delight. And I loved that red fabric and the all the blues, and I love the pattern. And so I had this fabric from Fangirl Fibers called Lane's Drums. It's kind of this, so let me show you. It's this pinky, orangey, reddish fabric. And let me show you next to this. Okay, so this one is a little more orange and this one's a little more pink, right? And I realized that, but I thought blue and orange are complementary colors, so it should look okay. So let me show you what I got done. I started in the middle, and this is what I got done. And I don't love it on this fabric, I don't think. Okay, so I was really disappointed. So I decided to start it on another fabric, and you can tell I started in the middle. So let me show you that again. Started right there in the middle. All right. So I tried it on this lighter fabric, and I still don't love it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just that motif and the colors, and that I just need to keep going. I don't know. So let me show you these side by side. See what you think. So I would love some feedback. So I didn't get as much done on this lighter fabric. And this is another Silkweaver fabric. It was like a special edition. It was called Boo. I'm sure it was for Halloween. Okay, so there's that. And there's that. Oh, overlapping. Oh, so hard to get these. Okay, let's try this. All right. So, and those are the exact same colors, exact same threads. So what do? Do I keep going on the red? Do I keep going on this creamy white? Remember, here's the chart. Or do I find something else? I don't know. I feel like the colors are just so washed out on this red. This pinky, I guess it's more pinky orange. But this one just is not exciting to me. And I know it's because I just started, and maybe if I get more in on it, then I will like it more. The called for color is, I think, picture this plus Rubius, and I couldn't find that. And it looks super hard, to be fair, because I was really excited when I had this fabric. Do I need to change it? Should I look for something that's a little more pinky red? I don't know. Give me your feedback. This is the one that I was so excited for it, and this is the one I'm least excited to keep going on. So I would love your feedback. Let me know what you think. All right, and my last start for my birthday starts. So for number 4 of 4 is Chatelaine, and this is the blue Moroccan lace mandala. And of course, these pictures never do it justice. It's amazing though. And so let me show you what I got done on it. Okay, I still have it on the Q-snap because I have it on a super big Q-snap so that I can just pick it up and work on it whenever. And I love it. I was able to get some Smyrna crosses done, and I used silk lame braid from Rainbow Gallery for the first time, and I love it. Oh my goodness, it's so nice, and it adds nice sparkle. Oh, sorry. So, I love this one. Love this. Oh my gosh, and I love the finished project. So I want to keep working on this one, of course. I want to work on all of them, right? Not enough time, not enough hours in the day. I need to be better about picking this one up on Wednesdays for Kitschy Whips, Maggie, and Fiber Arts Amy. They have a hashtag Chatelaine Wednesday. And if you don't follow that on Instagram, then go and follow it or check it out, because there are so many beautiful chatelaine whips. And I know people are intimidated by a chatelaine, and they are kind of tricky because there are some specialty stitches and there's definitely specialty fibers, but I feel like specialty fibers have come a long way in since Martina started chatelaine, and people are becoming more familiar with them and more comfortable working with them. And really, these are like a one stitch at a time thing. And she gives really great detailed instructions on how to do the special stitches. And they're so much fun, because sometimes you get tired of an X, and these are really so, so fun. And then you get to add the metallics and the beads, and oh, it's just beautiful. So, all right, so that was start number 4 for my birthday. Okay, now I'm going to share some treasure trove with you, and I have kind of a lot because I got money for my birthday. And what was I going to spend it on? Of course, cross stitch supplies, patterns and fabric, and something that I am super excited about, and I would love to know if you guys have any feedback. So I finally ordered an almanac frame. I think that's how you say it. Okay, and it is huge, and I will show you why in a minute. For those of you who don't know about this frame, they are made, oh, now I don't remember. I don't know, made in Europe somewhere. And I ordered mine from Trident Creations, which is a shop in Canada, and I know that there's a US supplier, I think JT Stitching Corner maybe, that carries them as well. But you put your fabric in these little channels. So let me pull it apart and show you. Okay. So, okay, it's just so big. I will show you again why in a minute. Okay, so you put your fabric in this channel. There we go. Okay. Stick your fabric in there, and then this dowel goes in. And then when you add, okay, so I just slid it in, and then when you add these sidebars, okay, so I have that notch that you just slide in, if you can see, and it just slides in. And so you put them together, and then you can spin it up, and it makes it drum tight. I pretty much exclusively use Q-snaps. And why? Because I love my fabric tight. I can stitch faster, it's easier to see the holes, my stitches come out more evenly. I've tried stitching in hand, and it's okay, and if I have to, then I will. But I really love that drum tight fabric. And so I love Q-snaps. Now, Q-snaps get really awkward when they're big, right? And I needed a really big frame that kept, that I was able to scroll, a big scroll frame. And let me show you why. So I needed to keep my fabric tight. Now this is an old whip, and it's, again, one that I love and I need to get back to. And this is another Chatelaine, and it is called White Nights in St. Petersburg. Okay, you guys, this is so beautiful. And I don't know why I stopped stitching on it, because I started this when Martina was putting it out in monthly sections. Those of you who don't know, when Martina was alive, she would create these patterns, and you would have a group sign up, and she would release a section of the pattern each month. And so a lot of her patterns that I have are like that. Not the blue Moroccan lace mandala. That is a pattern that I bought after she passed away, and it's just the whole pattern in and of itself. But this one, can you see those buildings, and you probably can't see the sparkle. No, you kind of can. And the beads. It is just, okay, and this middle is amazing. All those beads. So this is a big project, you can see. And when I finally pulled it out, so I used to have it on just some scroll rods that you would sew the fabric to some little webbing that was stapled to the scroll rod, and it never kept it tight enough for me. And I put it away for a long time. And when I pulled my stitching back out, because I kind of took I don't know, about a 5-8 year hiatus from stitching. And so when I pulled it back out, after having worked on other projects and having used Q-snaps, which I love, it just wasn't tight enough for me. And I'm not happy working on it if it's loose and floppy. It's just not, doesn't make me happy. And so I didn't want to work on it. So these were a lot. I splurged. I want to say I spent probably $160 on them maybe, but I got it so that I could finish this chatelaine. And I actually, and I can't, oh, the reason I can't use Q-snaps on this is because, and this was maybe silly of me, but this is how I work the best, especially on chatelaines, is that I put the beads on. Because when you're working on a chatelaine and you just want to put the beads on and see what it's like because it's so pretty, it's hard to wait. And it's kind of easier to put the beads on as you go because there's just so much. Some of them are just so big. So I needed a set of rods that was going to be big enough. So you can kind of see this fits. But with those beads, I couldn't use Q-snaps because the clamps would go over the beads and I didn't want them to break or get pulled off. So I got this and I am super excited. So hopefully, I don't know when, but I want to get back going on this because I have a lot done. So it's pretty much the same thing on all 4 sides. So I still have a lot to do, but that middle is done 100%. I know that. So I've got to do 4 more of those yellow buildings and then all of those onion roofs and that border. Oh, that border is so amazing. I love it so much. So anyways, so an old whip and new rods so that I can hopefully get this old whip finished. All right. They are really long and awkward. I have 2 other chatelaine whips that are old, and maybe one day I will pull those out and show you. Okay, so that was my first big treasure trove purchase. Okay, then I got a bunch of orders in. So first one was from 123 Stitch, and I ordered a bunch of fabric. Right now they have a really good selection of Picture This Plus fabric. And so I got a 28 count Mystic Lugana. And this is just a fat 1/8. Okay. And I got, this is 28 count Lugana Gothic. That's lovely. And then I have, let's see, 28 count Haunted. And this is actually a linen. So these are all super lovely. I'm hoping to do some Halloween stitches on these. I'm not 100% sure. I have a few ideas. I've got to narrow it down. Maybe this will be something that I start at Stitch West because I need a new start for Stitch West, right? I don't know. If you have any ideas on great Halloween patterns that'll fit on fat 8s, let me know. I would love to hear. And then 3 other pieces of fabric that I got from 123 Stitch are all inspired by my Autumn Quaker because I started that one and fell in love with it so hard that I immediately ordered all of the fabric for the other 3 seasonal Quakers that Rosewood Manor has. And so this first one is a 28 count dwarf. And this one is for the winter Quaker. Oh, it looks so gray. It's actually a really, no, it's more blue. Anyways, it's a really pretty blue. So very modeled, very beautiful. It's going to be amazing. So I need to buy the charts and I need to buy the Valdani thread packs as well. But right now I just have the fabric. Okay, and then this is 28 count Valor linen, and this is for the spring, and it is a green. I don't know, it's, again, it's showing more gray. I don't know why it's picking up so gray. Maybe not quite, I don't know. And then the last one, of course, is summer, and this is 28 count truffle. Okay, here we go. 28 count truffle. And this is I would call it like a rosy pink, maybe. It looks super, gosh, it looks really brown. Really, really like orangey brown. And it is not that at all. I hate when colors don't show up. That's so frustrating. So anyways, like I said, I was in love with Autumn Quaker. I think you can see why it's so beautiful. And so I was really excited. And I feel like when you see the fabric, you need to get it because fabric goes in and out of stock so fast. Like I can get the patterns pretty much anytime. Threads might be a little bit harder, but they're more specialty since they're in a box specifically for these patterns. I'm not quite as worried. Those will probably be the next things that I purchase, but they're like $50+ a box, which is a little bit. It's not like kitting up something where you can buy a couple of skeins here and a couple of skeins here. It's the box and it's a little bit of an investment. So, but I do want to start buying up those so that I can start on those Quakers. I probably want to do those during the season. So I'll want to buy winter first and work on it during the winter and etc. Okay, then I got an order from Stitching Bits and Bobs, and I don't know if you guys know about them. They are a needlework store that is back east, and I've ordered from them for a few times and they have really great sales. It does take a little while to get, so be aware of that, but I've been pretty happy with what I've gotten from there. And so the first thing I got is Heartstring Samplery, His Eyes on the Sparrow. This is by Beth Twist. I actually have Consider the Lilies as a whip, and it's actually really close to being done. Maybe I'll show you guys that one of these days. So I feel like this is a companion piece, and so I had to get it. There's just so many things to love. This, like I said, this one is a lot like Consider the Lilies with all the little motifs, and it's so fun to do the little motif, and it's a mini finish. And there's so many cute ones. There's like the deer and a duck and a bird and a cow and the horses and the trees and the flowers, and there's a cat, dog, looks like a swan or a goose maybe. Anyways, there's a lot of, oh, sorry, the glare. I maybe should have taken it out of the package. You can see there's just lots of really cute little motifs on there. So I got that one. Okay, then, have any of you heard of Heart's Ease Exemplar Works? They were a new to me designer by, her name is Teresa Baird, and I found her patterns not too long ago, earlier this year, and I've been slowly collecting them because they're a little bit more expensive patterns. But this one I got is called Sojourner, and she has some specialty stitches too, but they're all pretty much samplers, and they're so pretty. I love this flower border. Look at those cute little deer and the baskets at the bottom. And then those bands in the middle. It's beautiful. So I picked up this one. I'm just, like I mentioned, I'm slowly trying to collect all of them. There are some beautiful ones. There are a couple of hers that took my breath away when I first saw them, and those are like immediate buys for me. I would love to know in the comments, if you have patterns that have just taken your breath away, like literally you're just like, oh, I have to have that, I have to do it. Put yours down in the comments. I would love to know. Maybe we can enable each other a little bit, right? Okay, then I got the Ufendel sisters from Hands Across the Sea. Isabella and Antong. I'm sure you've heard of them. And they're both just so cute. Very classic samplers. So this is Anne's. Love those trees. That vase. That berry basket. And then this one, there's 2 berry baskets, and I love the little birds in the middle. The flowers, look at the birds on top. Oh. And so I finally caved in and bought those. Those have been on my to buy list for a long time. All right, then I bought 3 newer mirrors. I don't have the newest one, but I got Blossom. I love her colors so much. And I got Rosamond. It's like a Sleeping Beauty. And then I got Tea, which is just so fun. 2 girls gabbing, drinking their tea. Super cute. She does have a new one out. What's it called? Lavender Rose, I think. Maybe not. Lavender something. And it's beautiful too. They didn't have it when I ordered it. And then I also got this Nora Corbett Winter Topiary. And I love this one. So this is a Winter Greenhouses series that she's doing. And so this is the second one. And I love it. I want to do all of these little greenhouses in a row. So there's 2. I'm hoping there's more. So I'm going to wait and do those until at least there's 3 or 4. Because 2 is kind of, you want like a row of 3 or 4. So, okay. And then then I ordered from Victorian Rose Needle Arts. If you don't know her, she has a little store in Florida. I know, I've never been there. But she also has an online store, and she sells periodically. And actually right now through Sunday, like midnight, she is doing 15% off everything. And you don't have to put a code. It automatically comes off in your cart. And so I got a bunch of stuff from her. Got a bunch of fabric. And so this first one is Picture This Plus 32 count Lugana Opal. This is kind of a pinky brown. That side's way more mottled than that side, isn't it? It's all right. So I can't really tell. I mean, it's a little more pinky than it's showing. So, but it's really pretty. It would be beautiful for a sampler, so I'll have to see if I can find a sampler or something. And then I have another Picture This Plus piece that is a 28 count linen, and this is called Legacy. Oh, and I love this one. Beautiful golden brown. Ish. Yeah, that's okay. So that is lovely. And then this is the first piece of fabric like this I've ever bought. It's pretty inexpensive. And I'm sure I'll use it. It would be great for maybe a Mira Mermaid, but this is a Zweigart 32 count Lugana Atlantic. And so it is one of those that is printed on the front. And again, I've never had like this before. It's a really soft, nice fabric. I really like it. But maybe a mermaid would probably look good on there. I don't know. We'll see what I find to put on there one day. It's pretty though. And then, let's see. Okay, and then from Needle Bling Designs, I got, oh, those were all fat quarters too, but this one I got a 1/2 yard of Shrekie's Tan. That's a little lighter. Yeah, probably about there. So it's really pretty. This will be great for a sampler. .40 count linen. And then, okay, this is another new to me kind of fabric. This is a legacy linen from Access Commodities, I think, right? And it is Jersey Cream. And I learned about this kind of fabric from Kitten Stitcher. She's another great online shop. I actually have an order that I'm waiting on from her. But this is a 45 count, and their fabrics are wider. And so when you get a fat quarter, there's like a ton of extra length on it. Okay, so this is a fat quarter. Okay, so you've got like your 17, 18 inches. Okay, but then instead of the 28, look, it like goes on forever. Look at all that fabric. I mean, that is a ton of fabric. Depending on the project, you could almost get to, let me fold it in half and show you what half of it is. Because this would normally be a fat 1/8. There. So let me show you with this. All right, so here's that blue. Okay, so you can see, so I just am holding them up against each other because this is a fat quarter. So look at how much extra. I mean, you have like an extra 6 inches or so. So that's pretty fun. I mean, if you were to buy like a whole solid yard, that would be a ton of fabric. Now it is a 45 count, so it's teeny tiny. I mean, it's teeny tiny. Like I've got that one, I've got Mary Goodwin that I'm doing on 46 count, but this seems, I don't know, so much smaller than that. It's probably not, it's a 45, but it just seems like it. But it is just a beautiful neutral cream color. And I think actually I'm going to do one of the Uffendale sisters on this. Let's see. Like what if I do Isabella on there? What do you think? I think that'll be lovely because it's just this really pretty cream color. Gosh, it washes out so bad. Anyways. So I think that'll be nice. So I think I will do that. And there will be a ton of fabric. For a 46 count, it says you need 20 by 26. So it might be, I might lose an inch on the sides. And that's for extra fabric. So the design itself is 14.5 by 21. So I'll have plenty of fabric to do that. So I think I might do that. Okay, another fabric is, oh, this is my last fabric I got from Victorian Art. Victorian Rose Needle Arts. Okay, this is Finn's Fence by Seraphim Fabrics, and it is a 40 count. This is a 1/2 yard, because again, I want to use it for a sampler. And it's just a really pretty, almost grayed white. I mean, it definitely looks more gray. Like here it is against that cream, but it's not gray. It's just a grayed white. And I think I know what I might put on this. I don't know. I have to go check. I've got a couple of options, but it's really pretty. And Seraphim Fabrics are pretty nice too. So there we go. So those are my fabrics. All right, and then let me show you the patterns I got. So this one is Bristol Berries from Erica Michaels. I am just loving doing the berries. They stitch up so quick. Sorry, you're getting the reflection from the light, the ring light. Well, embrace the ring light. They're really cute. Wouldn't it be so fun to make, like, this is an initial, to do one of those for maybe each member of your family? I don't know. I might do something like that. So I got that, Bristol berries. Okay, then I got GGR, the Rose Wreath Sampler. This is beautiful. Man, that wreath in the middle. It's amazing, isn't it? So I'm excited to do that one. Okay, and then I got a Rosewood Manor. You know how I love Rosewood Manor. Okay, this one is called Midsummer's Eve. Now, it is, embrace the ring light. Probably not your favorite pattern, right? It is totally the fabric. The fabric is terrible, and you lose all of the amazing details. I don't know if you can tell, but look at those letters. Like, they're floral and they're really pretty. And so I think on the right fabric, it really needs to be a solid fabric. I think this one is just way too mottled and everything gets lost on there. So I want to find a solid fabric. I mean, even like this dark rosy pink that you can see right there, I think it would be beautiful and it would stand out so pretty. Because even look at that corner. Can you kind of see that corner? You can see how pretty it is, but then when you get everything, there's just so much, your eye doesn't know where to focus. I know the ring light doesn't help, sorry. But, so I really want to find something that's going to do this pattern justice and make people love this pattern. So that's on my to-do list, is find a good fabric. Okay, then I also got, oh my gosh, you guys, I love this one so much. Emma Pongquan. That's how you say it. I don't know. I don't speak French, from Reflets de Soie. And it is so cute. Look at those purple flowers with the green leaves. Oh my gosh. And the alphabet. I love it. Love it, love it, love it so much. Maybe this will be a Stitch West start because I really, really like it. But I'd have to get, calls for Soie Surfine. I don't know. Or DMC. So we'll see. I've never used Soie Surfine. Not that I'm averse to it. It's just not quite as readily available as some other flosses. I do love 103s, and so I might do 103s. I love 103s. They're amazing. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make that a StitchCon start. That means I have to hurry and kit it up. It's a terrible thing. Okay, and then this last one, oh, it's in the plastic. This is called Renee Marguerite. Okay, let me take it out. I was worried it was going to be too glary. But I'll show you why I kept it in the package. Okay, so it has that butterfly and that border is amazing. And those letters, I don't love the color of those letters, so I might change them to something a little bit brighter. I don't know, we'll see. But so pretty. But this one is so interesting because guess what? It came with beads. So I've got all these little, they are petite beads. And there are 4 colors. And so, okay, sorry about that, recording stopped somehow. All right, so this Renee Marguerite. So there are beads that come with it. So I don't know if you can see the beads, but they're like beads on the letters. And I know in these corner flowers right here. And so it's just really, it's such a pretty sampler. I just love these Reflet de Soie samplers, if I'm saying that right. I don't know. So I really like that one. So maybe I will hurry and kit that up for a Stitch West start. I don't know, we'll see. So, but that was all Victorian Rose Needle Arts. Her sale goes through Sunday night, 15% off of everything. She has a lot of really cool things. I've shopped from her several times and shipping is super fast, and she always packages it so cute. So it's definitely worth a look. Okay, then this last thing was a splurge, and it's something that you will probably be very surprised that I bought, but I bought a project bag. Now I know I made a ton, and I'm actually looking at making a few more because you just find fabrics that you like and love and want to make a project bag. But I follow Vintage Owl Lady on Instagram, and if you don't know her, she posts like in the morning she'll post the fabrics that she's going to make bags out of that day, and usually it's 1 or 2, and then in the evening she'll post that they're done and she'll put them on her Etsy shop and you can buy them. And so she posted about this fabric and these bags she was making, and I loved it, loved it, loved it. And she did it a couple of times, and I always missed it when it came to the Etsy shop. And I had looked at buying fabric for it and just hadn't done it yet. And then she was making another set of bags, and I went to her Etsy shop, and it was there, and so I was able to get it. And so this is the bag. I love it so much. Ready? Oh my gosh. Love it. So this fabric is, I believe, from Ruby Star Society, I think, and it is called, the line is Parisville Deja Vu, I believe. Look at her, the lady with her mask and her hair that's like in a sailboat. Is that not so fun? This pink rickrack trim, and then this fish scale fabric with all of those colors, and I love the stripes in there. Oh, then the back is cute sailboat hair lady. Okay, and then the inside is this really, really pretty, you see, it's almost stitched, but it's actually dots. But look at how pretty that is. I love it. And then the cherry on top is, look, it's a little sailboat charm to go with her sailboat hair. I love it so much, and I've been dying to put a project in it, and have not, because I've been waiting to show it to you, and now I can put a project in. I'm so excited. All right, that is everything from Treasure Trove. This is a long video. I haven't done one this long before, but I guess I had a lot to show you, a lot to talk about. So question of the week is in relation to online needlework shops. What ones do you like to shop at? I shared a couple of mine with you. I feel like everybody knows about 123 Stitch, but there's so many smaller shops out there that I would love to hear where you like to shop, where you've had really good customer service, where they carry maybe hard to find things, or where you found some of your favorite charts, they carry lots of fabric, or just tell me 1 or 2 of your favorite shops, online needlework shops to shop at. And so that will be our Google form question for this week. And then, so I have that in the description box down below, that link. And then also the next link will have the link to everybody's answers. So you can all look at that information as well as the questions from the previous weeks. It's been so fun to spend this time with you. Again, if you're going to Stitch West, then please reach out and let me know, and hopefully we can meet up. And I hope that you all are having a great fall season, that the weather is cooling down, that you are just enjoying this wonderful fall season. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stitch. Till next time, bye.